What's going to be the economic impact of the coronavirus pandemic? Let's find out. Hey guys, welcome to Controversial Declutter. The coronavirus pandemic has taken the global economy for a toss. It has shut down factories, quarantined workers, and disrupted the global supply chain. To understand how the pandemic has affected the global economy, we must understand how the virus actually progressed. The virus originated in China, which is a leading manufacturer of the world, and shut down the manufacturing businesses there. This went on for a couple of months, which the world barely noticed because of the spare inventory the companies stock up for times like these. So, till now, effectively, the things were being manufactured in China shut down and only Chinese market was impacted. Now the virus started showing symptoms across the other parts of world, with its first culprits being Italy and Iran. I have talked about how it spread in Italy in my previous video, which I have linked above. So this sent shudders across the world, and all the countries jumped to impose travel restrictions. This meant that the economies which were directly dependent on the tourism, like Thailand, Switzerland, Italy, Spain, etc., were majorly impacted. Some of these countries have big consumptions, which came down by significant amounts. The next wave of virus spread into big economies like US, UK, France, and India. In the meantime, China had recovered and started opening up its manufacturing setups again. But all of its major consumers like the US were affected now, and no one was buying anything. There might be availability of goods now, but the global demand has gone downhill. As per IMF, the world is already in recession with signs of depression greater than that of 2008 financial crisis. However, the story does not end here. All the countries are trying to control the impact of the virus. They are majorly concerned with getting the medical equipment necessary for testing, prevention, and control of the disease. All of these are government-led efforts which are coming from what money? Fiscal deficits. Yes, the governments are borrowing money from their future earnings to treat something that is happening today. We can't really blame them, but this is going to have significant impact on the government's ability to create demand once this is all over. And then comes the mentality of the people. This depends on the moral and cultural values of that particular country, how they will behave once the pandemic has been dealt with in their countries. My money is on people being more responsible and saving up at least for some amounts, which they can sustain themselves with at times like this. This is good for people, but bad for economies. If people start saving up, then demand goes down, which leads to shutting down of factories and loss of jobs. This further decreases demand, and it is tough to break out of this loop. As the government's hands are tied, they won't be able to help much with this downturn of demand, and the global economy can actually go for a tailspin. And the final nail in the coffin is the staggered nature of the spread of the virus. It is not happening globally at once. It is picking up one country at a time. A pattern like this means some parts of the world will be disturbed for a foreseeable future, and the free movement of people and goods will be limited across the globe. To sum it up, global economy is in a mess, and the global leaders and the industry leaders know that it is in a mess. But the picture is not as grim as presented in this video. In my next video, we will cover the steps being taken by different countries to tackle this pandemic and the economic downturn coming from this and why there is still hope. Videos like this take a lot of time to make and upload. A subscription from your side would be massively appreciated. Until next time.